Hi everyone, it's Tammy from the Frou-frou Studio, and we're back to do another episode of I Saw It on Pinterest. I hope everybody is having a good week, and I have a pretty cool make picked out for this week. I'm going to go with the general concept, but I am changing it up. I won't say quite a bit, but my final result will be different than this one. This is a pen by Penny Red. I hope I'm saying that right. It's REDD. And she has uploaded it. She does not have a page that it goes to or a blog or anything like that. But thanks, Penny, for the inspiration, and we're going to see what we can make to use in my journal that is similar to yours. So, I did do a little bit of experimenting, and I got some things ready, but I'm going to show you how I did it so that you will know all the steps. So I'm going to move the iPad over to the side so we can work on it. First, I'm going to show you how I did this little frame, and then we'll move on from there. So I do have what I feel like is probably the same die that Penny used, and it is this one. It's a Tim Holtz Sizzix die, and I can not see that name. I'm trying, guys, but I can't see it, and I don't have the original envelope that it came in because I don't store mine that way. But it's one of the ones that embosses and cuts. So when you run this through your Big Shot or whatever you have, this is what you come up with. You have this, and then you have the centerpiece. And so you're embossing it and cutting it at the same time. So it makes a really cool little frame. And then to get this look, when I saw her piece and I saw that it had that gold rubbed on it, it reminded me of Tiffany's for some reason. And so I wanted to do it in kind of like a Tiffany blue color, kind of like the French blue with gold accents look. And so I took out my speckled egg and my tumbled glass distress inks. I did not use oxides on this. I used inks. And I did the speckled egg first and just kind of rubbed that all over with my little makeup brush. Like that. And then I did the broken glass or tumbled glass over top of that. And that just kind of gives it that kind of Tiffany blue look. It probably could be a little bluer for a true Tiffany blue, but this works fine for what I'm doing. And just keep on rubbing it on there until you get the desired color and saturation that you want. Okay, I'm going to give that a couple minutes to dry, and I'll show you my substrate. Now, she did a tag. I'm doing a journal card. My card is actually an old index card divider. You know, it's the thicker, like, it had the alphabet on it, so you could put it in a file box, you know, with the letters on it. And I cut that off and I trimmed it with the decal edge trimmer. And one of these sides is lighter than the other, and I want the lighter side. Yeah. Okay. And then I took this tarnished brass distress crayon, and I went around the edge of the card. And you'll see, because I did a decal edge, that it kind of chews up the crayon, so you have to be careful there. But if you just kind of go, you know, like this, and catch the edge, and then go back with your finger to spread it out, it just puts just a little bit of a gold edge on there, which is what I want. I don't want anything too drastic. I just want a little highlight. On the edge. Okay, so there's that part. And then my second piece is just a piece of digital that had some script on it. And then I took this Tim Holtz script stamp and I stamped on top of it with black archival ink. And that gave me this layer. Excuse me while I get something to wipe the gold off my fingers for a minute. Okay, so we've got the blue card, and then we've got the digital with the stamp on it, and then I'm going to put this lace on top of that. And that is from Joann's, and it comes on a roll like this. And you can just cut it off whatever length that you need it. So that's my next layer. All right. So once this is dry, you want to take your distress crayon, and I'm going to flatten out the point now that and you're going to just rub over it so that it picks up just the parts that are sticking up. You don't want to push real hard, just kind of be gentle with it and just kind of move it around till you get the desired level of gold that you want on there. And then just kind of take your finger and kind of rub it in. Okay, now we have a little gold and blue frame that we can put on there. And again, I'm gonna wipe my fingers off. All right, so that gets us to this point, and I'm gonna switch here. Okay, she used just a black and white kind of Victorian looking picture in hers. I found this picture, which is was in my vintage advertising scrapbook collection, and I thought this little girl on the hammock was cute in there, so that's what I'm going to use. And I've already glued it in. I do see a pencil mark. I'm going to erase this pencil mark right here. I just kind of went around the inside of the circle, and then I cut it bigger, you know, than what my pencil mark was, so I'd have something to glue onto. Okay, so that is that. And then the rest is basically just putting it together and adding some cool little elements onto it. So we will start to do that now. So you'll see that I left a little border of the blue because I want the blue to show through from the back as well. Or around the edges, however you want to say that. And where's my glue stick? So we're going to glue that down. And I'm going to make two. I'm making one for a journal that I'm working on, and then I'm making one to put in my journal for future reference. So they're going to be just a little bit different, but the general concept will be the same. Alright, and then I'm not sure how I want to put this lace down, other than I want to put it on the right side. I think I'm just going to use glue stick on it. I think it'll be fine. It's going to have some stuff on top of it, so if I go just around the edges with the glue stick, by the time that I glue some stuff on top, I think we'll be alright. Maybe. No, that's not wanting to stick with glue stick at all. Nope. That's not going to work, so let's use some art glitter and go just on the very edge. really don't want to get out the Fabri-Tac, can you tell? Yeah, I think that is going to dry. It's probably going to take it a minute or two. All right, and then our little frame will go on there. And I bet that won't stick down. We're going to try it. I may have to break out the Fabri-Tac. Okay. Now, I've got some lace to go down here at the bottom. I'm going to let that hang over. I don't know if that's going to stick or not. Doesn't act like it, does it? Nope, sure doesn't. Okay. Let's quit fighting the inevitable and get out the Fabri-Tac. It's really good glue. I mean, you really can't beat it, but it is just, it drives me crazy getting on my fingers. Because then you can't, it seems like you can't do anything without everything sticking to you. That drives me crazy. Until I don't use it unless I have to. It gets all clogged up. There we go. Yeah, I think that's going to glue down fine. I think it's just fabric to fabric that art glitter glue has a hard time. Now I've got a couple little pieces of lace here that I'm gonna kind of put on there, and I'm gonna put these two little pins in. Like on the pin, original pin. And these are the Tim Holtz little mini pins, of course. About too many for me to work with. Some of them are kind of dull, which I know they're for decorative purposes more than anything, but they're makes it kind of hard to poke through fabric or lace because they don't have a really, some of them don't have a really sharp point on them. Okay, and then I believe that's just kind of glued on there. Let me look at the picture here. Yep. It could be a little shorter. You trim that off just a little. All right. Were y'all watching my glue volcano there about how to cross this? Okay, and then they have theirs is a tag, and mine is going to be a journal card, but I still want to put a grommet in it just to give it some more character, but I think I'm going to put it over here to the side. Okay, and I'm using one of the bigger ones. Okay, so there is that. And this is going to bug me because it's not straight. Oh, hook. That's better. Okay, so they have a tag, a little tag hanging from the, I don't know know if hers is sari silk or crinkled seam binding. I'm going to use sari silk, but it has a little tag. So I have these little tags that just have some music on them. And I'm going to use my little hole punch and try to get somewhat in the center. That's not bad. And put this bulb pin on there. And then we can hook the bulb pin into the sari silk. And then the only other piece, let me ink the back of that. That's way too white. We can't be having that. Okay. The only other pieces on the make are a couple of pieces of measuring tape, the old paper measuring tape, and I don't have any of that, and so I picked out these two little couple of Tim Holtz labels. That I'm going to put on mine. Just, I think I'm going to put one there. And one there. And my glue is volcanoing. So let's put the lid on that. Well, actually, I need to use it first. Let's use it and then put the lid on it. Oop. Alright, so we want one here. And we want one here. And actually, I might use seam binding because I kind of want to bring this color in another spot. And I think this would go really well. So let's do that. I'm going to do, if I can get it through the hole, that's going to be the trick. I'm going to do kind of a bow kind of thing, I think. a real messy kind of bow. And then we can pin our tag on there. Uh-oh, I lost one of my things, so we'll just cut that. Kind of like that. And you could, of course, make that a whole lot less bulky than that, depending on where you're going to put it. You may not want the bow, or I almost feel like this needs something to finish it off rather than just kind of hanging out there. I mean, hers is kind of hanging out there. But it just looks kind of weird, kind of strange to me, hanging out. And I do have a little bit of blue ribbon, but I don't know exactly where I would put it. I don't know. I don't know. All right, so there we go. Let's do the other one. The other one's going to be a little bit different. Same base and everything. But on this one, instead of cutting it out, I'm going to use the whole card because I think it's a really cute card, and I didn't want to cut it up. So basically we're going to do the same process again. That may be a little quicker this time since we know what we're doing. And I might as well go ahead and use this. Since we know we're going to have to eventually, right? Okay. Alright, and like I said, for this one, I'm going to put the whole card down. And then I'm going to put the frame just around there like that. And again, this is another one of my ephemera pieces from the old scrapbook. And I can actually use art glitter for that because it's paper to paper. Let's see what the blue looks like on this. I think it's just a little too blue for the frame. Yeah. Now for this one, I don't know that I want to do that funky little piece. Of course, I could do it on this side. Yeah, I would definitely do it on that side because I don't want to cover up the flowers there. Alright, I think I've got 2 more pins sitting here somewhere. It's just a matter of finding them. There's the bulb pin. Maybe not. They're probably right in front of me. They're so small on this black mat. Kind of hard to see. We'll just get a couple more. And I'll run across them at some point. Gosh, okay, there we go. Starts like I can't even get that one undone. These two I intentionally did at an angle, and that way they won't drive me crazy that they're not at an angle or that they're not straight. Okay. Your little tag. Oops. About lost that one. Okay, and I've got a couple more just like little number pieces. Put one here. Move this to this side this time and put one here. I think I'm actually liking this one better with the full card on there rather than just the picture behind the frame. Okay. This time, I'm just going to use a regular grommet because you can't even really see that there is a big one in that other one once you put the ribbon in there. Does not like poking through that lace. Alright, for this one, let's try the sari silk. And I'm just going to kind of put it through and tie a knot so that it's not so bulky. And then pin my pin through there. So there's another option for that. And you could even carefully rip this. So there we go. There's two different versions. Let me know which ones you guys like, or if you like it at all. I still feel weird about that piece of lace just hanging out there. But we'll leave it for now. I may add something later, like a button or something, just to finish that off if I feel like it's going to bug me to death. But I think we have accomplished the make. Let's look at the original again. So this was hers, and she did just the whites and the off-whites with the gold. And I would love to have some of that measuring tape, but I don't have any. So, and then here are our two versions. There's the first one, and there is the second one. So yeah, that was fun. I think this is only the second time I've ever used this die cut frame. I keep forgetting I have it. And so that was a good exercise to use that again, because it's a gorgeous frame. And you could do a lot with it. You know, in a lot of different colors. And you could use it with the Tim Holtz, the photo booth won't fit in there, but the new Photomatic ones will fit in there. So that would be cute as well to do something with those. So that's it. Thank you, Penny, again for the inspiration. And I will see you guys back on Friday for the 50 Stack Challenge 3. So until then, everybody have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you on Friday. Bye.